For early access to new episodes and other exclusive content, go to patreon.com/MiharuTheFox. Hey guys, it's Miharu and welcome back to SpyroCast. This is episode 57, and today I have with me, introduce yourself please.
Hi, hello, I am Brickbrock, as Miharu knows me. I'm a casual fan of Spyro, but I do enjoy Miharu's content, and so here I am on her channel.
So, what do you do? Tell us about yourself.
I am an artist, and I am also currently now a VTuber and Twitch streamer over on, Twitch. I do variety content as well as art, and right now on my channel, I actually am playing the Reignited trilogy for my lovely audience. Kind of did it to kind of celebrate going on this podcast, actually.
Cool.
Yeah, we're currently on Ripto's Rage right now. I think I'm about halfway done. I think I got about 30 orbs so far.
All right. So tell us about your history with Spyro.
So I remember having the trilogy on PS1 originally. I didn't have a PS1, but I did have a PS2, which obviously is backwards compatible with the PS1 library. It was actually mostly Spyro 1 that I had the most experience with. Then I played Enter the Dragonfly on this once I got like my GameCube and I saw that there was a Spyro game on it, so I said, "Oh, cool, this one looks fun." It wasn't. Even my kid self didn't like it. And I did say that after I saw like just the way they just like it just went in a direction that I didn't like with the Legend of Spyro games. Spoilers alert, those games are terrible.
I
Oh,
don't think so.
I don't know how you sat through Eternal Night again. Like I know you used
cheated.
like cheats towards the end of it. Like
Toward the end, I cheated the whole way through.
Oh, well, yeah, good for you, because that game is like fucking nearly unplayable without cheats. Yeah, I just like stopped caring. It wasn't until Reignited where where like Spyro was once again like on my radar. Like I started caring again, and like now there's a new Spyro game being made, also by Toys for Bob. In A Realm Beyond, and I'm very curious to see what's going to be. The only thing we really have so far with that game, I think, is a little teaser trailer and like developer interviews, I think. But I'm curious to see like what the future holds for Spyro. And like just what is this game? What is it, Miharu?
I don't know, but before we get on to that, I need to ask, what are your favorite and least favorite games?
Believe it or not, would you believe it that the first game is actually like my favorite one to like pop in and like play?
I believe that.
And the reason for that, I just like how like consistent it is. For one thing, the game is very short, so it's a really fun game to like speed run like over the weekend to like and just like you pop it in, you play through all the levels, and I love how that Spyro has everything he needs like unlocked from the get go. Unlike the second game, the second game is great. Don't get me wrong, but I really don't like the whole backtracking thing you have to do in certain levels. Like, oh, you can't do this until Spyro learns how to climb a ladder, or still, Ripto's Rage is great. Don't get me wrong. It's play Ripto's Rage. And you said what my least favorite of the games was? Like, it just the whole series, or just like the classic?
Yeah, of the whole series.
Oh, my least favorite one was definitely Eternal Night, in the Legend of Spyro games. I remember the part I couldn't get past as a kid. It was like this like Coliseum area where you had to fight these like huge scorpion things while like cannons shot at you.
Yeah.
The combat is so freaking clunky that like I couldn't do it as a kid. Like I kept dying repeatedly. And I'm just like, I don't want to play this anymore. Like I want to move on.
Yeah. I don't think I would have been able to play that game without cheats. That's kind of what made it bearable. But other than that, the thing is, when I do that, it really gives me a chance to, appreciate the game and the care that was put into it. Because honestly, I don't think the Legend series it's not bad. Like, you say the games are terrible, but they're not. Like, they're actually not bad games at all.
Okay.
Yes,
maybe,
Eternal Night was made way too hard. I don't know why, but the story is good, and it had really cool abilities, especially in the first game. Man, the Earth Breath in the first game, freaking Oh, it's
Mm,
so good. It is overpowered and I love it.
mm. Okay, like maybe it was a bit of an exaggeration to say that like they were like terrible. I mean, they had like some like okay ideas, but like it's like my one of my biggest issues with them is just how like repetitive they are. Like you kind of like experience the whole thing, and like once you find like the move like you do, you kind of just like spam that for like the entire game. Like there's not most of the encounters don't really have much like strategy to them. You kind of just like button mash until you win, sort of thing. And
Yeah.
like it doesn't help that I've later been spoiled by like far better like hack and slash and beat 'em up games like God of War, No More Heroes, Devil May Cry, stuff like that. And
Yeah.
those are like beat 'em up like type games that I can recommend to people. Because those like those have satisfying combat. Those have like yeah.
Well, yeah, and I just don't play those games in general. So the thing is, uh, I I didn't like Legend when it came out, and I'm still not I'm still not fond of the combat, and I really don't like how they made it, into, a repetitive button masher. It's still not really my thing. When it comes to what I prefer in Spyro, Legend has never really been my cup of tea, but I still do have an appreciation for it, especially now, after, I've really gotten to sit down and play A New Beginning and Eternal Night with cheats, of course. And yeah, and hey, Dawn of the Dragon I have always actually just enjoyed.
I mean, I like the flight stuff in Dawn of the Dragon. I think that was kind of like ambitious that you can actually like fly freely, unlike older Spyro games where all you could do was glide. And they're
Uh-huh.
bringing that back for a Realm Beyond, but obviously way more fleshed out than it was in Dawn of the Dragon. It looks like almost like kind of like a Spyro version of Sonic Frontiers, where it's like a big open world that you kind of just like blaze around like looking for stuff. If you've
Right.
played Sonic Frontiers or seen footage of Sonic Frontiers, you know what I'm like talking about. It's like this like big open world where like you look for like things to do, things to collect, do various platforming challenges, or in this case it's probably going to be like flying challenges. I I don't know if there is going to be like platforming in a Realm Beyond, because all we've seen is like the flying stuff. I don't know if we're going to get that like casual platforming that like the whole Spyro series is kind of known for.
I think
Um,
we will.
all right.
Because I don't think they would completely take that out because they've already gone, they've come out and said, hey, it's not a flight simulator. So
Yeah.
that means to me that there's still going to be some elements of classic Spyro and we're still going to have the platforming that we're all used to.
I mean, hey, they still got Tom Kenny doing them, so I think it will be they're not completely abandoning the classic sort of feel with Spyro, and his design looks kind of cool. I like his design in the new Realm Beyond. It's still classic Spyro, you can still recognize him, but he kind of looks a little more like I don't want to say like older like it was in like the Legends series, but he definitely looks like what's the word? I don't know the word to describe it. Like seasoned, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, I would say he does look older.
Yeah. I mean, he's still kind of acting like a cocky kid. Like at the end of it, he's still like that sort of like bring it on. I'm ready to kick some Rhinoc butt sort of thing.
Yeah. I like what they've done with the design, and I think they're really experimenting with, certain aspects of his appearance and, the way that the wings sprout from his back, instead of like they're a lot more full and they look more like adult dragon wings and the way that
Yeah.
you can see it, as in like they did a side by side comparison of like the old one, how there's like it's very like the wings are very skinny in the reignited design,
Yeah, they're like tiny. Yeah, they're tiny.
and even his tail, the little swirl on it looks
Yeah.
different. And from concept art, it looks like they were toying around with ways that his tail could possibly be used for certain abilities, I guess. Like they were experimenting with different looks for the tip of his tail. And so we're wondering if that's going to be utilized somewhere in the game.
Maybe for some kind of like spin attack or something. I don't know what they would do with it though. That's like one possibility that I think of. Like, oh, they're like they're if they're gonna change the tail, like make it longer, maybe it's gonna be used for some kind of like spin attack, whether it be for like simple combat or puzzle solving or
Yeah.
whatever they cook up.
I think it almost makes me think that they're gonna play around with the idea of combining the classic and legend combat styles, maybe?
Do you think so?
Well, like when you talk about like a spin attack or like a, tail thing or whatever, it makes me think like, oh, kind of the harder hitting like melee moves of legend.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, now I see. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Again, it's another one of those things where we just gotta, wait and see until like another
Mm.
gameplay trailer pops up sometimes.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm very eager to see what else they have in store. Hey, I want more stuff to talk about.
I mean, okay, so there's this one thing in the trailer, like they show off so they show off like there was like a brief like 10-second part at the end of the trailer where like Spyro's like flying through like this structure and like he aims like a fireball at this like thing and almost
Mm.
immediately it kind of reminded me of a little bit of Star Fox where like you can get like the homing shot in Star Fox and like you lock onto an enemy and like you shoot it down. And I'm
Uh-huh.
wondering like what sort of levels they will have in a Realm Beyond. And as a Star Fox fan, a part of me kind of wants there to be like an homage to Star Fox in there somewhere.
Maybe, but I guess if they're, really adamant about the fact that it's not a flight simulator, then they'll have to be
I
careful
know,
with
but
it.
yeah. I'm just saying that's what it kind of reminded me of.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't help that I played Star Fox 64 last night, so
Uh-huh. Right.
yeah.
How's that new Star Fox game, by the way?
Which one? The Switch one? Uh,
Yeah.
it's all right. I mean, it looks gorgeous, but I feel like the voice performances in it are like it doesn't have that like that like campy fun of the 90s. Like everyone kind of sounds like flat and almost like they're reading from scripts, but like the gameplay itself is really fun. It's basically just Star Fox 64 again, but for a new generation.
Okay. Yeah. From what I've seen, it looked good.
Yeah, it looks it's good. Definitely pick it up. It's like not full price. I think it's what like $50 now.
Cool. Well, I don't have a Switch 2, so I wouldn't be able to get it, but
Hmm. Fair.
but anyway, um moving on to more Realm Beyond stuff. What were your first thoughts, your initial thoughts when you saw that trailer?
Um, I don't, first of all, I honestly wasn't expecting it to be honest. I kind of thought they didn't really have any more plans for Spyro after the Reignited trilogy. Besides like the few cameos that Spyro has had in what he had like a cameo in the CTR remake, Nitro Fueled.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think they were gonna do anything else with him, but like I was pleasantly surprised that hey, a new Spyro game. And like I mean everything looked good. Like Spyro looks good. It looks interesting. They're gonna have like this like these evil villains at the top of this like I don't know what it is, like a tower or something. And because like it has like the thing where like, oh, it's a peaceful land. Oh, now it's suddenly like dark. There's like a menacing force coming in. So I don't know how seriously they're gonna take themselves with this story, or if it's not gonna be any more serious than say like the plot of Spyro 3, where like it's like darker, but like it's really not any more serious than like like a typical like Saturday morning cartoon in terms of like stakes.
Yeah. But that's what I like. I
Yeah.
think that's the perfect amount of silliness and seriousness.
Yeah, you really don't have to take yourself too seriously with stars. The one thing I really hope for this new game is that they just have fun. They make it like silly and like ridiculous and fun. Like Spyro has always been with like its characters and its humor.
Right. Yeah. Like gameplay focused,
Yeah.
as it always was meant to be, but with a good, solid story that
Yeah.
reminds me something of Spyro 3. I think something like that would just, something that can really grip me, but is also simple.
It's simple. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's not like the main focus. Okay, you have your plot, you got your stakes. Go collect the things. But we're in like a whole new world now. So the question is like, who's Spyro going to be friends with in this world? Like, what kind of characters are we going to meet here?
That is the question. I can't wait to see all the different types of NPCs that they can come up with, species that we've never seen before. In fact, that's a question. What sort of NPCs would you like to see in this new world?
Hmm. Well, I remember discussing with I don't remember who it was in your community that I discussed. I think I discussed it in like a comment section. And I discussed would you want? I think one of the questions was something along the lines of if there were a new Spyro game, would you what kind of characters would you want to see? And and I made a point where like if they do have to bring back like old characters for whatever reason, I hope they went like the Crash 4 route where they put like a different spin on them. But in this context, with like a realm beyond cities in like a new world, I don't think any of the old characters are going to be back. Which I know, Bianca's not going to be back. Miharu, I'm sure it'll be okay.
I don't think that they're not going to be back.
Are really?
Well, the thing is, I've said this before, like, even if they're not involved in the main story that much, I don't think that rules them out entirely as not being part of the game.
Okay.
Because, hey, if Spyro is stranded in this new world, what if that also means they're trying to bring him back? What if it cuts back and forth?
Oh, it would be like the plot of a game called Injustice, where like Batman gets trapped in like an alternate universe where like Superman is evil and he's like ruled the world or whatever. He took over the world. And but like the
Mm-hmm.
original Superman from his world and like all the original superheroes from original Batman's world are like working hard. It constantly cuts back to them trying to figure out how to get Batman out of the alternate dimension. So if it's like that, I can see how they could bring back the old characters, like maybe like Bianca's trying to figure out a spell on how to bring back Spyro or something. Um, but if we're gonna have new NPCs, I think I would want them to be more involved in the story than the ones from say Spyro 3. I mean, like after you rescue the, because like I like the NPCs in Spyro 3, but like Sergeant Bird,
They're not NPCs, they're playable.
or yeah, the character. That's what I meant to say. Excuse me. But like once you rescue them, they're really not involved much in the story. They're like more like playable characters you occasionally switch to play to get eggs.
Mm-hmm.
If we do get more playable characters, I think I want them to be more involved in the story compared to what they were in 3. Um but again, I don't know if we are going to get more playable characters with this or if this is just going to be a strictly Spyro only adventure. I mean,
I would prefer that.
what, a strictly Spyro only?
Yes, because it reminded me of the first game.
Yeah, honestly, I think I agree with you. I think I do want this to be a Spyro only, mainly for the sake of consistency. Which is again one of the reasons why I like the first Spyro game is because it's consistent. Because of the fact you're only playing a Spyro for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want that straightforward platforming to come back and
Hmm.
not so much the focus on too many mini games like they had in 2 and 3.
I mean, I don't think the minigames were that bad in 2. 3 as where I think they went overboard with it. There's like way too many different like gameplay styles and like mini games where like it's like just feels unfocused. I mean, like for God's sake, the first level has you playing like Tony Hawk as Tony Hawk Pro Skater in like
Yep.
this like ancient Rome area for some reason for 2 eggs. And I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, well, at least they said that skateboarding will not return.
Thank God. I mean, the one good thing about the skateboarding, it makes for a funny trading card on Steam.
It's not like I ever really hated it. It controlled fine in the original. In Reignited, it's not so good, but
Yeah, in Reignited, it's worse. Like it feels stiffer and like wider in the Reignited trilogy. I mean, it's still playable, but like I don't like it.
mm-hmm. So, my next question is what are some of the most important things that you want to see in A Realm Beyond, and what would it need to do in order to surpass Spyro 1 for you?
Um, I know Spyro has always been catered more towards like a casual audience, but I think I'd want the game to be a little more challenging in terms of levels and like level design and stuff. Because I'm not saying like Spyro can't be challenging, like the speedways can definitely be attest to that. But, like, there could definitely be, like, more, variety, to the gameplay that I think that doesn't, like, get, like, crazy and, like, unfocused like Spyro 3, but at the same time, like, it definitely, like, spices things up and makes things, more interesting. Like, one of the examples I always go to, like, is Rayman 2, because that game has a lot of different gameplay styles that never feels like it strays too far away from the formula. Like, for example, in one level in Rayman 2, you find yourself strapped to a rocket with legs, and you have to like navigate through this obstacle course. Um,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's it's really fun, but like that's the thing, like it never feels like it's just like a random thing that they threw in that like strays too far away because like you're still doing like navigating an obstacle course with this rocket here. Like you're not like suddenly like in a tank and you have to like blast targets in a slow tank or having to do tricks on a skateboard to like get a high score. And that's like what one of the things I do want in this new Spyro game. It are like moments like that where it's not afraid to get like crazy, but it's like still remains consistent to the core gameplay.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Right. So you just want them to innovate.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, that's the most I can really ask for. Like, I share your confidence that it will still have that casual, cozy platforming that Spyro is known for, but I definitely think there should be something to really like spice things up for those more hardcore gamers that also are a fan of Spyro and as well as other platforming games. Like, I don't know if that makes sense or like if that
It does. I mean, to be honest, I just kind of want an easygoing experience. Like, I don't want a game where you have to be willing to do it like, hardcore mode in order to get the full experience of the game. Like, I
I
don't
don't
want that.
I understand that. Maybe that wasn't like the right word, but I'm just saying like I don't know. Like
I definitely don't want it to be Crash 4.
okay, yeah, we definitely don't want it. I love Crash 4, but goddamn, they went overboard on like the whole box gems and like all the hidden gems you can get on that one. Although I will say, here's one thing I think could appease both. Having the skill points means something more than just like an achievement. Like maybe if you go above and beyond, like and you get those skill points, maybe you can unlock like cool cosmetics for Spyro or something, or get like a little something that you get for doing those like sort of challenges.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
like
fair.
because in like the games like you can get like these skill points for doing these like extra sort of challenges. I don't think they ever tell you how to get them. Like if they do, I just haven't like seen like the same thing. But like if they like made it where like they actually mean something and like they rewarded you for them, I think that would be a great thing that they could put in for this new game. And it could be like kind of like Crash 4 where like you actually like unlock stuff for like going above and beyond and getting these skill points. Like cosmetics would be a good bet for them. Or maybe some other things like I don't know, art gallery or like other stuff. But yeah, I'd say a better approach than what I initially thought would be skill points might be the way to go to appease not to say like hardcore, but someone who's like looking for a challenge, but still like challenge themselves in like this like cozy game. Because I do agree with you now that I do think it should stay in that like cozy realm. But for those who are looking for a challenge, they can go after like the skill points and be like rewarded for them. By going above and
Hmm.
beyond in whatever challenge that they offer you.
Okay, I can agree with that. How about as a 100% reward? What kind of reward would you like to see?
Well, well. I mean, if it's as fun as getting infinite super breath in Spyro 2, then I'd be down with that.
Mhm.
Seriously, have you got like one of my favorite things to do in Spyro 2, once you got the super breath is just like nuking the shit out of Gulp because you can get him into like a stun lock and just like
Yep,
beat the boss fight in like 30 seconds. Um
that's right.
100% though. again, like it really depends on what sort of like gameplay is in here. Like, cause like it says there's flight, but like, is there like a limit on flight? Like what sort of abilities can Spyro do? Because the only thing we really know is that Spyro can fly. His fire breath works differently, but like I still don't really know enough about the game to think like, okay, what would the 100% reward be? Who knows? Maybe it's a freaking like Cinder just shows up and say, "Hey, Spyro, good job." I mean,
Huh.
they did that. They literally did that in Mario 64. If you got all 120 power stars, you like Yoshi would just show up randomly on top of the castle. It's like, "Hey, Mario, what's up? Congratulations."
Do you think that would be our, the only thing we get of Cinder
Ah.
is from a reward?
I mean, I hope it's more than that, but like, I don't know. I just thought that would be like funny, but like, if they do bring Cinder here, it would be a completely different version of Cinder compared to Legend of Spyro, because like Legend of Spyro is almost like an eight. In fact, it actually is like an AU of Spyro. It's like a completely different version of Spyro, a completely different world with its own rules and lore and stuff like that. So if they did bring back Cinder, like Cinder would be almost a completely different character if they brought her back in this universe, compared to the universe we had in Legends. So they would almost completely reinvent the character. I'm sure she'd still have like snippets of her original like personality, but it would be completely different. They would be meeting this version of Cinder would be meeting this version of Spyro for the first time ever. So
Hmm.
it would be very different. Again, I don't know if they will bring her back or not, but I guess we'll have to wait and see on that. Even if it is just like a cameo, it'd still be a completely different version of Cinder.
Right. If they bring her in, what sort of story do you think would work for her best? Do you want it to be another kind of rehash of her story in Legend? Do you think she would work better as an antihero or just an ally from the beginning?
Ah, let's see. Like in the original, like she was like the bad guy in the first Legends. Like in the second, she was kind of like conflicted with herself, and like you kind of chased her throughout the whole thing. Like for those listening, that's literally like most of the plot of Eternal Night is you just like chasing after Cinder. And then in the third game, she finally becomes like a hero. But
Hmm.
in this sort of game, I don't know. Like we don't really have like a whole lot of like anti-heroes in like Spyro from what I remember. So it could be an interesting direction, like where like she kind of shows up to assist, but like she's maybe she has like an ulterior motive or something like that, or maybe she also has beef with the villains and like she just and the whole like the enemy of my enemy is my friend sort of thing.
Hmm.
But again, what I predict is that this will be an entirely different version of Cinder, beating Spyro for the first time in this universe. And I feel if they do go the anti-hero route, they definitely will be like butting heads with each other. But to what extent, I honestly don't know. It's all like speculation at this point. Because like Spyro is still like a cocky kid who does like to like even though he is older, his personality still feels largely the same. Like not that much is different about him. But honestly, we'll have to see what happens here. I definitely think the anti-hero route would be the most interesting way to go, though.
All right. I do think that it would probably be the best for her as well, to do something that doesn't completely take what Legend did, because we've already seen it before, and just kind of does its own thing, I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah. That's again. That's what I'm thinking that they'll do if they do bring her in is that they'll kind of do their own thing with her because again, this is like a completely different universe to Legends. So obviously this is not the same exact Cinder that we got in Legends,
Right.
unless there's like the whole like universe popping thing. But I don't think they're gonna get convoluted like that.
Right. I don't think that they're gonna do a multiverse plot. I think we're coming to the end of that era, sort
Yeah,
of. At least I hope so. I feel like it's been done too much. Like Crash 4 did it, Rift Apart did it,
yeah.
like,
Keep it simple for Spyro. I don't think you have to get terribly complicated for Spyro.
yeah, it was a thing that could have worked had this game come out earlier, but
Hmm.
now
Yeah.
I think we're not
I
so
think we're
much.
beyond that.
Yeah. All right, so before we end off, do a little lightning round here.
Oh, jeez. I didn't
Um,
study.
I'm gonna ask some of your favorites, and then yeah, I'm just gonna name them off. So, favorite NPC.
Moneybags mainly because you get to beat the hell out of him in Spyro 3. That was like the highlight of Spyro 3 is you get to beat the hell out of this greedy bear. Um
Okay, another Moneybags answer. Very interesting.
what? It's
Oh, I know. I just find it really funny that, Moneybags would be your favorite because you don't like him and, like, you get to beat his ass at the end of Spyro 3. Like, I find that very funny.
Hey.
Okay. Favorite orb challenge.
My favorite orb challenge, oh, it might sound crazy, but I actually really like the trolley one on what was the level?
Breeze Harbor.
It's the one where, yeah, that one where you're like on the troll and you have to like react really fast to like the oncoming obstacles and like switch the track. I thought that one was really fun. It's definitely
Okay.
only
Interesting.
I
A lot of people hate that one.
yeah, I died on it a lot, but like it was like really satisfying to like finally especially as a kid, it was really satisfying to finally beat that one. It's like, look, bro, I finally did it.
Right. Okay. Favorite egg challenge.
Okay, my favorite egg challenge, mainly because it got me because it like really made me laugh. It was the one of the very first levels, like where you got like, oh, help me, my beloved is on top of the tower because she got kidnapped by the Rhinox. Would you go save her? And then you get to the very top, and she's like, wait, what? He sent me? I have a restraining order against the guy. I moved out.
Okay, the Rapunzel one from Sunny Villa. All right, that's the
Yeah,
second time I've got that answer. Okay.
that one made me laugh so hard.
All right, favorite homeworld.
My favorite homeworld. Which one was it? It was one from Spyro 2 that I really liked.
Well, there's only 3.
There's only 3. I think it was the autumn one. Only because I like. No, it wasn't. What am I saying? It was the winter tundra one. I'm just a sucker for like winter scenes and like it's. I love the night contrast with it. Especially in the Reignited trilogy. The Reignited really helped. Especially make it look beautiful.
Okay, that's a good one. That's my favorite homeworld in that game as well.
Hey.
Favorite level.
Well, let's see. One of my favorite levels. One of my favorite levels in the original is Treetops. Because I love the supercharged
Yes!
puzzles. Yes, yes.
Yes,
Oh,
another treetop spin. Let's go.
let me tell you, those once you solve those, you feel good about yourself for solving those supercharged puzzles.
Awesome. Didn't need to solve them because I had the guidebook at the time, but still,
I had to solve those myself.
being being able to actually pull it off did still feel good, and I love it. I do love the fast-paced nature of that level and the atmosphere. It's
Yeah,
just it's cool. I've always liked
yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And last one, favorite piece of music.
I mean, I like the music in Spyro, but I don't really remember a lot of the songs to be honest.
Okay. In that case, if you don't have one specific favorite, then which game has your favorite soundtrack?
Um, I would say Spyro 3 definitely has the superior soundtrack. It definitely has a lot
Oh,
more variety to it. Um,
okay. Since Spyro 1 is your favorite one, I would assume you
I
would pick
do
that
I do
one,
like
but
it. I know I'm weird like that, but
well, Spyro 3 is my favorite, but my favorite soundtrack is the first game.
wow, that's like total opposites of what we had. Okay. Um,
All right. Great answers. And
yeah.
that will do it for this episode. Thank you so much for being on.
Thanks for having me. It's again, like I said before on like previous submissions, it's nice that even like the most casual Spyro fan like me is allowed to have a voice like in this community and like in like this podcast and like your various like community contributed videos like the Legends of the Crash of Legends.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy being a part of it, and I like to hear everyone's thoughts and have
Mhm.
everyone's voices be heard. because
Yay.
everyone has such varying opinions about this.
Mm.
Plus, I didn't get to talk to a lot of people about Spyro in my youth, so I'm
Mm.
making up for that now.
Yeah. I get that, man. I completely get that.
Mm. All right, and thank you, all of you out there, for listening. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more casual gaming content, and I will see you in the next SpyroCast. Until then, this is Miharu, signing off.
Bye-bye.